Try to freeze my assets. Long on is the cash in the mattress. Now it's all tied up in hashes, wrapped up in encrypted badges. And I'm a Bitcoin baron, I'm staring at status quo. Got that crypto going at that fouled upload. In the algorithm, gon' get him until prison send us all to prison. And that's a nerdy living. I'm a Bitcoin baron, I'm staring at status quo. Got that crypto going at that fouled upload. In the algorithm, gon' get him until prison send us all to prison. And that's a nerdy living. Rock blockchains, knock him out the box, I'm on Cox main. Key ring full of water data. I gotta pray that my ASIC incinerators blow the mind like a creeper one time in my circus define a fine way to keep the power bill in check. My equipment is starting to sweat from the heat. Crypto anarchy becoming a threat. So elite. You know rappers like to rock pools. I got fools who can't swim in, but I'm collecting a spice like a Fremen. So you fools get stepping and get to choosing your weapon, because the deafening roar of indefinite war is epic. I found a new way to debit the people. I generate an address, then I generate a sequel. I get medieval when I'm taking payments, cause I don't want the NSA all stuck up in my anus. Yeah, and I'm a Bitcoin baron, I'm staring at status quo. Got that crypto going at that fouled upload. In the algorithm, gon' get him until prison send us all to prison. And that's a nerdy living. I'm a Bitcoin baron, I'm staring at status quo. Got that crypto going at that fouled upload. In the algorithm, gon' get him until prison send us all to prison. And that's a nerdy living. You know rappers like to sell drugs, but you do it on the streets and you're dead it in Google Buzz or Google Plus. There's a road made of silk if you must. Get your hustle out of chemical rush, avoiding the brush with the law. Can stop them all cause they got it anonymous. The ones that play it stupid, they get thrown in the bottomless pit. Don't even know how to cut up them layers of the onion. So let the players play pumpkin. Hash function, pumping and dumping. Manipulate the market, flooded from the darknet, flooded from the deep web. Keep it a secret. Every exchange got the nerdy brains trading on the frequent. Wonder where the league went. They left the cement looking for the promised land. Online beaming. Up Scotty, this the future decentralized swag. Keep the work in your laptop bag. I'm a Bitcoin baron, I'm staring at status quo. Got that crypto going at that fouled upload. In the algorithm, gon' get him until prison send us all to prison. And that's a nerdy living. I'm a Bitcoin baron, I'm staring at status quo. Got that crypto going at that fouled upload. In the algorithm, gon' get him until prison send us all to prison. And that's a nerdy living. You know rappers can't pay bills, face the tax implications of evasion when they stack meals. Got a homie field deuce one, taught me the solution. Dumping all his knowledge from the booth, son. Anyone can learn it if you put in the work and research on how to line up just a fraction of your worth in the dirt. Like Jesus said, keep your funds under verse, cause there ain't no telling when that bubble go in the verse. You know rappers say they about the future, but you ain't Marty McFly till you buck kombucha from a supermarket with them Bitcoins. Do you get your Charlie Sheen greens off computer screens from the Philippines? Grab them leaves, knocked off Louis V's. Try to freeze my assets. Long on is the cash in the mattress. Now it's all tied up in hashes, wrapped up in encrypted badges. And I'm a Bitcoin baron, I'm staring at status quo. Got that crypto going at that fouled upload. In the algorithm, gon' get him until prison send us all to prison. And that's a nerdy living. I'm a Bitcoin baron, I'm staring at status quo. Got that crypto going at that fouled upload. In the algorithm, gon' get him until prison send us all to prison. And that's a nerdy living.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet all of you here. You are on DTV channel with ThinkTank Community. I am Sergey Sivansyan, immortal conductor of these live shows. Sushi, pasta, vodka. I must admit that DeFi is all over the globe. Total DeFi mania haunts almost everyone involved in the decentralized finance ecosystem. A couple of years ago, most crypto enthusiasts tried to trade by investing in Bitcoins, cryptocurrency, and crypto projects, ICO, IEO. Today, everyone is trying to invest in DeFi with the vague understanding that DeFi protocols are and how they work. Ignorance doesn't absolve from responsibility. As a result, a complete loss of many unlucky investors. The story is vaguely reminiscent of the ICO boom, or not. Today, we will figure out what DeFi is and is it a bubble or investment vehicle. We invite everyone to participate in open public debates. I'm pretty sure if all our experts today are open for dialogue and constructive criticism and are ready to answer all our questions. Here are there. Roberto Capodieci. Am I right? Am I sorry for maybe I'm telling somehow you.
Fantastic pronunciation.
Okay, thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
for having me.
Yeah, Patel, nice to meet here. Yes, yeah. Kirill Mishani, nice to meet you as well. I see I see all the persons. Mertuza Lupu, Stacy McKee, Ulrika, my wife, Elizabeth Weber. Guys, you are welcome, and I want to give the first word to the Roberto Capodieci. He has very interesting project called Zoo Blockchain. I'm sure that Zoo is not involved, all of us, and it's going to be very interesting to understand what's going on your side.
Okay, thank you, Sergey. Yes, we've been working for 1.5 years on ZooBC, Zoo Blockchain, nothing to do with animal. We put the developers in cages and crypto traders to make the public safe. We are more devoted to technology. A small presentation about myself. I've been interested in decentralization since the times of Torrent, when we were seeing centralized distribution file system taken down, and with the Torrent things were different. And from that I follow. I've been at the early days of Bitcoin, analyzing the technology, and I've been always interested to the use of decentralized system, also for non-financial use cases. I've been working in 2014 to put on blockchain all the trade finance mechanics for banks, or all the trade document management. I've been a part of NXT is one of the first projects of a blockchain that is more seen as an application platform rather than a cryptocurrency. And we've been working for years in creating custom solution for clients and not approaching the smart contracts, because exactly as you said in your introduction related to decentralized finance, people is ignorant on smart contract. They don't really know what the contract is capable to do. They kind of blindly put money into mechanics that they are not aware of the full work, and you need to be a very good developer to analyze and see issue that a contract may have. Maybe accidental issue because the developer made a mistake, as we have seen in many cases on Ethereum. There have been multi-signature wallets that stopped working, or other contracts where people have been able to download funds without them be supposed to do that. So the validation of a smart contract is complex. So we've been working always on the core node software to make functionality embedded in the core node software, and for the flow documentation and other things. When we saw all the pain points that there were in other blockchain, is it Ethereum, is it Bitcoin, is it the next others, on creating a very safe and strong mechanics, we decided to start implementing ZooBC. We were doing very, very well. We had a very, very fat bank account. So we invested personally. We didn't get any money from external investors. And we put the team, we are about 60 people at the company, to work for this technology. We've been in alpha network for almost 9 months. And this week we are opening the beta version of the software in a public testnet, and is interesting because we already been contacted by many companies that have a smart contract on Ethereum, where they find difficulties because either they sell an asset of $5 and the transaction costs $20, which makes no sense in terms of functionality of investment, or because the limitation of a smart contract for the use that they need to have. I can go down in the detail of how ZooBC work, but suffice to say that rather than having a smart contract, the functionality that are core to execute things like NRC 20, RC721, other things are embedded into the core software of the node. So there is no problem with gas. Execution is very fast and efficient. And the other interesting aspect is the mechanics for guarantee the security of the blockchain. And we need to think this proof of work mechanics are dangerous because unless you're a very huge blockchain, it takes little to rent hashing power and reorganizing the blockchain. We saw Ethereum Classic being hacked, if you want to use the term, even though they followed the correct protocol parameters to steal money, let's say. A proof of stake blockchain is secure as much as the stake is the coin of the blockchain. If I manage a set for decentralized finance in a blockchain where the stake has a very little value compared to the value of the asset that I'm managing, an hack makes sense because it's very cheap compared to the asset that I'm going to manipulate. So we needed a system to keep a blockchain secure and safe independently from the financial value of the blockchain. So we worked very hard to create this cryptographically secure system, which is the proof of participation, where a blockchain is safe independently from the coin and the token. For a private deployment, for a consortium, can even get rid completely of the coin and remain very strong in terms of security. So we are now collecting people willing to run testnet nodes in order to have a very strong base and finish the bug in implementing this application that we want to launch together with the mainnet. It's going to be launched in March 2021.
Roberto, please, do we have a chance to look for something? Can you please show us? Is it possible or not? Maybe something is already ready.
Absolutely, because as I was saying, we invested almost $2 million and 1.5 years of 25 developers plus a lot of other people in creating this technology. We already have a web wallet, mobile wallet, Explorer, and all the tools, including the node software. I can see if I can share my screen and show you how things work. But it's as simple as Googling ZooBC. Both in YouTube, there are hundreds of videos with all the explanation of how things work, the presentation, the visual infographic for the technical explanation of how the software works. And ZooBC.com is the main page for the application. ZooBC.io is the page where people can register to run nodes in the testnet. Or if somebody wants to make a little bit of an expense, can also buy an account in the Genesis block of the mainnet. In fact, another very interesting thing I'm going to talk about that is more closer to the topics that you guys are more interested in that are related to finance is the new mechanics for the launching blockchain product that we are bringing in. Usually, people ask me, I've been in blockchain for so many years, I'm a kind of a small name in the blockchain ecosystem, and I never did an ICO. People have been raising hundreds of millions and said, how come you never did an ICO when you had so much attention in public? Honestly, because I always found ICO not 100% ethical. I think that distorting the name white paper from what it should be an academic document to a small brochure and a flyer of 3 pages to raise hundreds of millions of dollars is a little bit wrong. Collecting money on an idea that people don't even know they can actually implement is risky. Having all this crowd that pump and dump a coin just for the profit of the coin and not for the success of the project is risky. And pre-mining coins is a little bit something that is like closer to a country printing banknotes without much having the value attached to it, right? So what we thought is in a decentralized system, mostly with a consensus mechanic like ours, there is the proof of participation where people need to participate to make the validity of things. What we are offering is not an ICO, is an INO, an initial node offering. So I know is a way to be there at the genesis block of the blockchain. And because ZooBC, like Bitcoin, doesn't have any pre-mined coin, so new coins are created in a coin-based mechanics with every block that the blockchain produces. People that is there at the genesis block are gonna have the huge advantage to collect the coin created at the beginning, because the curve that is produced as a high level of coins like Bitcoin, then it goes fading down. So in the first 3 months, there is 5% of the full economy. In 15 years, the economy is totally minted. And being there at day zero gives the people the opportunity to have a lot of coin for the blockchain, but leaving the responsibility to people to run a node and to be actually part of the blockchain, and not just having bought some coin at the pre-sale and resold them for more money, which is a very beautiful thing when you are there to make money. I'm not saying not, but in terms of decentralization, has a very little value, at least in our opinion. So this is the INO, what we're doing for ZooBC public blockchain, which is going to have a coin, obviously. And for private deployment, that's a complete new setup of the blockchain with specific functionality for whatever consortium association we are implementing the project. So I will let you guys talk when I prepare something to share with you, to show you. As I was saying, this week we are releasing the testnet. So the Genesis block has been created. So what we do is when somebody purchases a seat in the Genesis block, we give an ERC-721 in the Ethereum blockchain. This ERC-721 represents the account in the Genesis block. People can trade it, can sell it to other people, so they bought it less, they can make more money. But once we are ready for the Genesis block, we take a snapshot. In the case of the testnet, we are taking 3 snapshots because we are launching the testnet 3 times. But in the case of the mainnet, the ERC-721 is programmed that is stop trading. So it becomes frozen in the Ethereum blockchain. People enter into the ERC-721 their data. So there is like the account for ZooBC where the money, let's say the new token created are delivered to, and the node identifications for the blockchain. And also free, because every Genesis block has a message to the world hidden by the creator of the Genesis block. So we give this fantastic opportunity to every person that has an account in the Genesis block to live up to 100 characters of text that are going to remain forever there in the Genesis block of ZooBC.
Okay, thank you, Roberto. I want to welcome our guests, which are connected just a few minutes ago: Nikolai Shkilov from Zelwyn, Christelle Lobry, and Sharif. But before giving the words to them, I want to welcome Muru Patel. I know that you are serial entrepreneur, but you have already fixed it, and I want to say you are the CEO and partner of Sapian Group and CEO of Flash Group. Muru, give us a bit more information, just jumping into DeFi, what's going on in their side, because everything is on fire there, in my understanding. Yeah, you are not listening. You're muted, please. Just muted. Muru, turn on your mic.
Thank you, Sergey, and welcome everybody. I see Nikolai has just disappeared, but hello everyone, all the speakers. So what my view is, a little bit on from what Roberto was saying was, yes, I was never a big fan of the ICO era for obvious reasons, because, you know, as Sergey said, I'm a serial entrepreneur and I've been in business for at least 3 decades that I can remember. So I like to look, feel, see, touch what I'm getting, okay? comes down to basics. I'd like to look, feel, see, touch investors as well as the team that is behind a business. What Roberto was saying, and I fully concur with that, is, in the ICO days, it was few pages and people raised lots and lots of millions. But that's one of the reasons why it fell down and got a bad name, because a lot of scammers came in, a lot of bad actors came in, and that's what happens. Unfortunately, I feel the same thing happening in the DeFi space, okay? We've already seen a number of, dare I say, scam Ponzi schemes where people casually just do more of the same. I really don't see many unique propositions out there. I see people trying to do simple staking types of projects, call them all sorts of names, and I don't want to name and shame some of the ones that I've invested in, but what happens is you never see who is behind it, okay? And you never see what their motives are, and you never see what is really the value proposition in terms of the business, how they take it forward and how they keep on going forward. Majority are to do with loans, peer-to-peers, or some form of a DeFi exchange-based thing, or just basic staking where you put some money in, you block it, and based on the transactions, it is split out with the community. A lot of them don't even tell you what percentage is going to who. So these are the what I call warning signs for people trying to get into the DeFi space. And, let's be honest, Uniswap isn't one of the best tools in terms of getting a lot of information about these companies, especially when it comes to price or records or stats. You can't see it. And there are very few sites out there that give you a little bit of intelligence or due diligence checking for companies. So apart from following people's Twitter groups and social media things, that's all they do. My personal view of DeFi, in simplistic terms, it is about how do we, as a community, have an alternative to traditional banking, wealth management, wealth creation, and things along those lines, okay? So, in simple terms, what you see behind me, we see them as ATMs today, okay? We have in our group ATMs, but we call them flash crypto stations. So you can actually go in there and educate yourself about what's happening in the crypto space, but you can also, what nearly 2 billion people don't have, or maybe even higher, because even in America and Europe, people don't have fixed addresses. So they need to get into the crypto space to buy something, and proof of ID, proof of address is not always available. So they can go in, enter their details, put some money in, and buy crypto. Even more importantly, one of our other products is a biometric card with a fingerprint. So one of these cards, and I will show you over here. Okay, one of these cards is a 4 GB cold storage card with biometrics, and you can do basically what I call an all-in-one function. So you can onboard other cards, but also do crypto and fiat transactions. So that's another part of our ecosystem. The third part of our ecosystem is we have our own blockchain with a privacy-based token. I'm sure some of the speakers will agree. The next big wave is privacy-based tokens, okay? Where the coin token needs to be in a privacy state type of a protocol whereby, not only the transaction, the buyer and the seller can be transacted, but people trying to hack in, it's very, very difficult to hack in a transaction. So people deploying those sorts of technologies, and we use the easy protocol in our blockchain, it's very difficult to hack through it, let alone know the identities as well. The fourth product we have is, so on the back of that blockchain, we have a whole masternode staking program, and we're doing it as a license, okay? So what we do is you buy a license for masternode. So just like how, dare I say it, Dash and all these Ethereums offer masternode programs, to get into a Dash masternode, you'd have to block in for every masternode, almost 85,000 types of dollars. For Ethereum, it's between $12,000 and $15,000 to get one masternode. And the returns you get maybe between 5 to 20% on the masternode from the staking rewards. What we've created is a very unique masternode package, and our coin is pegged against gold. So we went out and got investor money right in the early days and locked in $100 million worth of gold in a vault, secured, and we use that for pegging our gold coin, the OZTG. And in that coin, now, what we do is we ensure you don't see the volatility of the crypto or the market sensitivity or the whales, and all these people disrupt the price of the coin. We have an intrinsic value and the true value. And there in it, we play our stability game. So we try and grow the price in a steady manner. And as the business grows on, we will increase that 100 million to 200 million and reinvest to get additional assets to peg the gold more, to have a flat intrinsic value. And in our blockchain, we secure that price. So currently it's only 13 cents. Okay, so we secure that price. And in that staking, once it's locked in our masternode PIL program, passive income license program, you get staking rewards. Every 2-3 minutes, you get rewards. Those rewards you can spend at will from our wallet. And I'll get onto the wallet next. So every person basically can spend now in a passive income what they've earned without touching their locked masternode pool. So just like how you have a savings account and a current account. However, in our masternode pool, we are giving in excess of 400% in returns in terms of rewards. And this is compounded on a daily basis. So the longer you stay in the program, the longer and bigger your returns are, and the better your staking rewards, because even those get compounded very on a regular basis, on a daily basis. The third thing is we are doing also a mobile node application. And in there, we will release also the node rewards. The fifth one is now the wallet. So we have an all-in-one wallet where we'll do all the usual banking related things as well as crypto-based things. And our pro version, which will come out next year, will be even at a much bigger level where you can even map our coin with other coins that have staking related protocols implemented. So in our market, I don't see anyone assuring and pegged at those levels that I've just talked at over 400%. By the way, none of this is based on the value of cryptocurrency. It's based on our price staying at the 0.13 cents. Now, imagine when the price goes up, you're into 6, 7, 800% returns, and it's secure, okay? In DeFi space, what I don't see is people producing a whole raft of products, services, and a solid business model that is assured that it will not get affected with the climate. So that's where we, and I certainly call our mantra, defying DeFi and beyond. So we are actually defying the DeFi space and beyond with real products, real services, real staking rewards, real masternode rewards, node rewards, with real products like crypto stations, card, wallet, exchange, full-on exchange. I forgot to mention the exchange. So we have an omni-channel view of exchange, which will be released in the next few weeks, whereby you can stay with your own favorite exchange, Binance, Huobi, Kraken, whoever, but you have an omni-channel view of it from our exchange. The next version will have the trading bots with the arbitrage as well. So what I'm trying to say here is I don't see many DeFi companies out there doing a whole lot of financial wealth creation, passive income based products and services, yet it is DeFi. So generally it's either just loans or staking rewards, not based on any sound business models. And there in it, I have a problem. So that's my take on even the DeFi space. Personally, and I hope it doesn't happen, I think 3 months and you will see a big shakeout. It's already happening with the sushis of the world and all the other ones. So, you cannot sustain that business model doing that sort of stuff. I can name 10 others, but as I said, we don't want to name people who are not already in the public domain. With that, I look forward to some questions.
Yeah, for sure. Maru, as competitive people mentioned in DeFi, don't look on the people behind the code. Look into the code and be much more deeply into it to understanding what it's about. Maybe your code is already published somewhere. Is it open source?
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah. It's out.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, because we are on immersive Ether, and all of you have the chances to raise your hand and give your word to asking question to our speakers, if any one of you I want to talk or want to tell some feedback or comment to our speakers. And I would like to go forward to Nikolai Shkilov. Nikolai, nice to meet you here. I see that your company is growing. Everything is go fast. We can arrange it. We can see how a lot of people being engaged in Zelvin. I clearly understand that it is about e-commerce, but is it somehow being connected to the DeFi world or not? Word is yours.
Hello, Sergey. Hello, everyone. I totally agree with Mru about new era of cryptocurrency. Let's begin not about my project, maybe about DeFi project, if it's possible. I see the same picture like was in ICO 3-4 years ago. It's the huge, it's crazy market now. I see the same problem, for example, like in ICO, because in DeFi, many DeFi projects don't have a good product, in my opinion, don't have a good team, but it's hype now. It's but for the last week, all DeFi projects lost more than 50%. But today it's growing up. For me, it's really very good product. Can be very good idea. Can be a good product like have a Mru. Mru have a very good project.
Thank you, Sergey. and yours too, by the way, and yours too. It's fantastic.
In my opinion, but if people say that all ICO is scam, it's not true. Do you remember? For example, Ethereum, it was ICO. It's very successful ICO. Binance.
MakerDAO as well. MakerDAO also been an ICO project. It's on the top. Yeah.
Binance, EOS, a lot of good projects, and of course a lot of scams. Now I think will be the same. Will be only few strong projects with really good liquidity, good profit, etc., etc. But will be a lot of scams. You need also check team, product, idea, and the same like was in 3 years ago with ICO. If speak about our project, we have a really big traction, big progress. For these 4 months, we already listed on 5 exchanges. We started from $1 per 1 Zelvin token. Now our price more than $5. It means that early investors received more than 400% of ROI, return of investments. And we're growing very fast. We have community more than 25 countries. We have more than 600 partnerships with Yandex, it's Russian IT giant, with Liquid, it's Japan fintech giant, with Stripe, with Advanced Cash, and a lot of partnership, thousands of goods on our platform. And in next week, we will launch not only marketplace of goods we have now, also marketplace of games with DeFi projects in our platform. And I invite all of you to become our partner. Let's create a new giant together, because we will have a very big, I don't know how to say it, we will have everything. We will have e-commerce, digital assets in our platform. We will have games. We will have DeFi project. We have good payment solutions, etc., etc. And we hope we will grow more and more fast. It's our strategy.
You know, guys, I am personally eager to know who start that funky stories about editable stuff on our DeFi, I don't know, space. Sushi, vodka, I don't know, kimchi, something else. Who in whose mind starting that's all? Because I don't know why. Because from the beginning, all the projects guys, okay, just looks like names. Flash Group, Zelvin. Okay, ZooBC is funky one. Yes, I understand that, but I didn't know from where it started. Really,
we are not a DeFi company. Let me
yeah, no, that's why you're.
We are a real company, real products, real money. Just like Nikolai.
Yeah, the same.
We are a platform, a technical platform.
We happen to be doing DeFi products. We happen to be doing DeFi services, and that's why I said our mantra is defying DeFi and beyond. So anyone wants to look at it, and we have a whole affiliate thing. So we benefit and give people affiliate and network marketing share as well. Go on to allaron.com, and just register. Let me know. Ping me a message, But
I would like
to help everybody. We want to help everybody do it through the community rather than a Uniswap way of doing things.
I would like to add something that was mentioned before by Patel and also Nikolai, the fact that people behind the blockchain system or smart contract can remain totally anonymous. So you will never know who created the project. In fact, people just cash out and run away, disappear. So there is a very big KYC aspect that is hardly addressed properly. With ZooBC, because of the private deployments that we do as well, we have implemented something that I think is quite revolutionary. Every blockchain is stuck to the digital signature that the blockchain used. Let's say in Bitcoin, you have that private key and the Bitcoin address, and that's it. In Ethereum, you have those addresses. In ZooBC, we are more eclectic in form of addresses. And we allow to use a different kind of signature for transactions and accounts. This means that somebody can use the same private key that is using in Ethereum or in Bitcoin to create a transaction and account in ZooBC. So he's going to have an account that mimic the account in Ethereum or Bitcoin, but it's actually a ZooBC account. And so people can refer to the same person that has the account in Ethereum or Bitcoin by ZooBC. But the cool thing is many countries, Estonia has been the first to create the e-citizenship that has an ID card that has a private key and produce signatures. Italy, I'm Italian, also give to the citizen that asks for a digital signature in a card, similar to the card that Ro was showing before. And with ZooBC, people can create accounts that match the government issue ID card, which means that transactions posted in the blockchain are signed with the government ID card. So in case of decentralized finance, where people want to comply with the regulatory requirements, the transactions are signed with an ID the government recognizes. Which means that if I release a DeFi and I want to put my face and my name on it, I can sign the contract with my government release card and putting my identity there in the front, as much as if I purchase or sell, or if I make a blockchain for non-financial thing like rental contracts, medical record, the subscription to the gym, or whatever it is, and I want to avoid all the KYC parts. I was asked before to show a little bit ZooBC interaction website. I don't know if you guys can see my screen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Okay. So ZooBC.com is the main website. There is the link to the white paper, and pay attention that the white paper is 150, 160 pages long because it's not a brochure of it, but you explain all the technology in details. We have the ZooBC.io. It clearly said this is not an ICO. There is a nice video that explains how it works with all the timeline of the event that is going to lead us to the launch of the mainnet. The Explorer, where people can go and see the blocks, transaction, the classic Explorer that every blockchain has with the different address, balance and things. The wallet that has not only the send and receive of funds, but has a lot of very other interesting functionality. There is an escrow that is embedded in the blockchain, which means that when I make a transaction towards somebody else, which can be of funds or a title or objects, I can elect a third address to confirm or reject my transaction. This can be a human, let's say a notary or a lawyer or a government official for a transaction that is a change of ownership of a property, or can be a server. So I can do something like applications, for example. If I want to sell the token, I can choose the account, I can put the buyer, the amount to sell, and automatically it is interact with the server to verify if the amount of BTC enter my Bitcoin account and automatically escrow the transaction without the escrow system to hold any asset. It's all through the blockchain. There is a multi-signature on chain as well. There is a very useful thing for decision making when there are several people that control titles, let's say the ownership of a car or a house rather than funds. And yeah, there are many functionality. There is the task list that I can see of things that I need to do. I need to approve escrow transaction or multi-signature, manage contacts, and so on and so forth. The last one, there is in ZooBC.app, the possibility to download the mobile application. So if somebody wants to test it, we have the first beta version of, after 9 months of alpha, the first beta version of ZooBC launching this week. And if somebody wants to run a testnet node, can join the next relaunch of the testnet blockchain. It's going to be towards the end of October. So this was just to show and give a little bit of preview to all of you about ZooBC.
Thank you, Roberto. You know, I wonder to give the word to my friend from Latvia, not Lithuania, Latvia, but in perspective of the Liberland. I don't know, Latvia becomes Liberland or not, but all of us looking for that place where the liberty becomes our, I don't know, identity, where the liberty, because not only in DeFi industry, all over the globe, we are going to live in that space. Sandris, I know that you are from Liberland as well. Just I want to give you the word. What's going on their side?
Yeah, so just I want to say thank you for inviting me, Sergey. So okay, regarding what's happening now in Latvia, so maybe it's we are not so much nowadays on the blockchain space. So it's true that the interest is decreasing, but there is some interesting things like there is a regarding other like other things, right? I think here's more interesting things going in AI and data. Regarding Liberland, I think it's today I spoke with the Ministry of Interior, and he presented the new idea of blockchain governance. So that this all country will be put it on the blockchain, all basic laws, constitution, and etc. and voting. And voting principles will be put it on the blockchain. So I think it's and for my perspective, what I see regarding Liberland, this could be maybe one of the first countries which will show how to use really will show how to use like these emerging technologies like blockchain and maybe later others to govern societies, right, or self-govern.
Sandris, how do Liberland treats DeFi? It's really very interesting.
Yes, I know. Just the president is very interested in DeFi, so
yeah, it's also interesting. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He just asked me to make some talks about it, but I don't know whether I'm.
I think that's a compliment to Vit.
Yeah.
He's
Interest.
interested in
I
DeFi,
wouldn't
right?
call him
He's
interested,
in
but
DeFi.
it's something else.
Yes. He's interested. And actually, we met with him when I spoke about DeFi last autumn, right? And,
Yeah, he was
so
in London.
He's interested in that.
Okay, good. Our viewers, our guests, please raise your hand. You have a chances to talk with our speakers. You can talk with me as well. I'm ready to answer all of your questions if you wish. Yes, Kirill, maybe from your side, you are as a person who are inviting Roberto. Maybe something, I don't know, good verse to the project or something interesting in DeFi. Just tell us something.
Yes, hello guys. My name is Kirill, so I'm the founder of InfoDriver Community. It's mostly from New York community, from LA. I lived half year in LA and half year in New York. And I am Chief Sales Officer at Emirates Exchange. So we ran our centralized exchange 2 years ago. And right now we implement free DeFi project. Probably later on I could describe it. For Roberto, for example, I know him 1 year ago. I met his project inside Bali, Indonesia. So I just go through the line through trees and monkey forest, and I saw a huge name on it, like blockchain zoo. And I go to ATM machine, which allows to buy Bitcoin. So I really amazed because like half meters from where it's monkey zoo, and here is technology. So this is how I met Roberta project. So about the DeFi, it's kind of the boom like ICO. For sure, it will be a huge amount of scams, etc. And each investor need to be sure where to invest, who are backed up by technology, who are the team leaders, who are the investor, etc. For example, through our exchange, if you would invest in DeFi, we know even our customers because they do KYC. It's not allowed, for example, for US customers because we do not have license in US, but globally it's allowed. So be careful in which project. And actually, DeFi is just the second level of finance. It's pretty simple. For example, you have lending money. You could lend money in ERC20 US dollars, and that's it, and get interest in local coins. It has centralized exchange, you have decentralized exchange. It has insurance, you go insurance. For example, it has family offices. You could just go put your money and get some 20-40% profit up to a year. Here you pull your money into DAO, and top guys, they invest in different DeFi projects. Pretty simple. It's nothing new. The only reason it's decentralized.
Okay, I see. You know, guys, I want to show you something how am I personally been involved in DeFi protocol, what DeFi is for me. Just let me show something. This, nothing else. Just I invest $20,000, DAI as you wish. I see that these numbers are running, changing 48% per annually, not as in sushi 300% or as in kimchi 1000%. Nothing, everything is controversial. You know, I'm looking on this, I don't know, looking on this in Russian, счетчик. I don't know how it's in English. Looking at the money changing, sweeping the, spinning the numbers, nothing else. That's my involvement in DeFi industry. I find some button calls money, I jumping in, I clicking on it and looking on it, nothing else. And when I wish, I go into windrow.
Sergey,
yes,
Sergey, let me give you my example. In the 90s, during the dot-com days, I remember going to a hairdresser in San Francisco, and the hairdresser saying, "Oh, we had Steve Jobs come in here and he gave me a tip and I bought, so I bought." I walk down the street and the car park attendant goes, "Oh, I bought some this stock." That's when you know you got to get fuck out of there. Sorry for my French. The same thing happened during the property boom. The same thing happened during the ICO boom. People, like what you've just said, Oh, I see this ICO is good. Shall we buy? Because I heard it on some chat, and everyone buys. They don't have a clue what they're buying. They don't have a clue who the company is behind it. They haven't got a clue about the business, and that's what happens. I'm
Actually,
sure
you know,
Nikolai
it
agreed
is
with earlier,
it
but
is
it's sad. You know, even our solution, when we say we give 400% return plus, people are shocked. How do you do
Yeah.
that? And we say, look at us as a company, how many financial products and services we have. And you know, on the allaround.com site that I mentioned, if you go there, they said, wow, and you even pay affiliate. Yes, because our transaction costs is just a small portion of what we share with the clients. We have a whole business model, exchange, cards, lots of businesses that generate money in the group, and that's what we share. The masternode staking alone today is giving us more than 400% with hardly any transactions. So it's when you don't see the people and you just see nice screens like that with numbers going up and down, that's what people are going. It's the FOMO. It's the FOMO.
Yeah, yes.
Nikolai, you want to add something? Nikolai's got something to add. We've all been here. You're muted, Nikolai. Okay.
Can you repeat? Sorry, I answered for my phone because I have more than 3,000 messages every
same
day.
here.
I have
Same
a big
here.
community.
I stopped that. So, Nikolai, we were talking about the example Sergey put. I don't know whether you saw it, where he just sees some DeFi projects, numbers going up and down, and he says, buy, and I buy. I said, that's when you get out of that market.
Yeah, exactly. But if you will check a lot of DeFi new project, you can see in smart contract who stay behind of this project. For example, it's big exchanges behind.
Yes.
I saw a lot of big exchanges behind of many projects, but they don't speak about it. But a lot of exchanges come into this market and try to receive money.
That's very kind. Receive money.
Receive money. I don't know how say in Russia we have the biggest financial pyramid in 19th. It was MMM. It's company.
Yeah.
It's the biggest one, $1 billion in Russia. People lost. Here can be the same. Be careful. It's always check the project because I never believed in 300,000% per year.
Yeah, 100,000.
Yeah.
10,000% a year. I mean, just that in itself. How do they make the money?
No, Mru. You can check any project. You can see big disclaimer on the website.
Yeah.
Don't invest in our project. Don't spend your money. It's scam, but people spend money.
They see the numbers. Nice screens, right?
It's interesting how blockchain came out with the idea to bank the unbanked, to reach the small village where people doesn't even have an identity card to go to the bank and open a bank account, to bring the possibility to access finance for many. And
but that isn't a blockchain thing. Blockchain
with the scams, these billions of dollars put on, when the regulatory bodies of the government are fighting to try to make sense of this, that they don't understand even what is going on. Where you have in the United States, the complete ban of everything. So the unbanked people, when it comes to blockchain, are the Americans now. They need to be banked into the centralized money. And on the other side, you have people exposed to the most risky things because there is no means to guarantee quality. That's the exact reason why I stayed away from ICO myself, because personally, I had no instrument to guarantee people of something that doesn't exist. But it's interesting how people then, and I saw people selling their houses to put money on something that they were convinced is going to return them a fortune, and they remain with no house and no money as well. At the end is fixed quantity. If somebody is making money, somebody else is losing money. There is no way for everybody to make money unless somebody's printing them. But it's interesting that if a blockchain was a solution for hairdressers and not for money, probably nobody will know blockchain today. And this next phase of the information age, information era, where we move in toward decentralized systems, it would never have taken place so much. It's a pity that it's stuck mostly on the financial, unregulated jungle. And that's exactly why in a jungle you get eaten by animals. You need a zoo, like a blockchain zoo, in order to.
Yeah, but Roberto, sorry to say, even people with wallets should have a wallet license. Like, for example, does Zoo have a wallet license? Do you have an e-wallet license? Do you have an exchange license?
It would be fantastic if there is a mean and a way to regulate, to self-regulate.
No, but you have a wallet, right? Your ZooBC has a wallet to transact money, e-money. But do you have a license for a wallet, for example? You don't.
There is nowhere.
We do. We have license. We have exchange license.
Yeah, we have exchange. We have wallet and financial institution.
Yes,
we have financial institution license as well. So that's my point. Majority of these DeFi projects are doing wallets and exchanges, and they don't have a single license or regulation. Yet they talk about, oh, it should be regulated, it should be this, we should that. Yet they don't have it. Sorry.
You know, Maru, in my opinion, what I see, the DeFi projects even do not have any wallet, and they do not have any license. They are doing everything on decentralized exchange and the wallets which are already exist. But what I see from the perspective of the Roberto, all the people which are fully banked now looking to be unbanked somehow, because they are really get tired of the bank system which already exists.
It is good. What comes out of this is fantastic, because what we should now do is to take this and say, right, what is a serious business and how do we regulate it somehow? If some regulation comes into this, this could be the most exciting space going, because you know what I think is possible, like what we have all the licenses, financial institution, wallet, exchange license, and we have the product services with gold pegged, and we're even going to get auditors to say how much gold we have and how we peg it. Okay, so you need real business like that. And that's how people are going to be justified, because taking cuts from transactions is a business, but you need regulation for that, right? A lot of, I would say 90% of them don't even have a physical address, a registered address.
No. You must understand, because people have excitement, believe in dream, FOMO, and believe in thousands of percent. And I saw it's not
like
rich people spend this money. It's
like this. Yeah, it's like
The point is this, though, that we are missing an important aspect of what the decentralization means. If you have a license, you cannot have a license on a decentralized platform. The license is attached to a company that has a physical address and is a centralized place. Bitcoin, you can have an exchange that has a license to be a Bitcoin exchange, but you cannot license the mathematical algorithm that allow you to post a transaction in the Bitcoin blockchain. The Bitcoin blockchain cannot have a license simply because there is nobody that owns it. It is something that is owned by the public. So when people build decentralized systems, there is no license that we assign to a person, because this person will be a centralized point. It's like that if you say Ethereum need a license, so Vitalik is going to be the name on the license. But Vitalik has no control over the Ethereum blockchain. He created it, but it's in the hand of people running nodes, people improving it, and so on and so forth. So personally, if I had run an exchange, which I don't, I would need a license for the exchange based on the country where I operate, and that's no doubt. But once a piece of software is like Torrent, who has the license for Torrent? Nobody has the license for Torrent. Torrent is a protocol where people participate. So either you regulate how you participate to a protocol and this is country-based. So people is going to keep moving to a country where the regulation is more flexible or acceptable. It's like an online casino, for example. Try to open an online casino in the United States. Fly in a small island nearby, and then you can open the online casino, no problem, but don't tell anything to your government before, right? So the license aspect is there when it's attached to a person. And the centralized system, which is the future that we're going toward, the technology, okay, mesh network, no more ISP provider, but the connection peer-to-peer between all the people, services that are distributed and decentralized. There is no way to license them if not educating the people that participate with it, or asking a license to people to use it, but you don't regulate the software, let's say.
No, you are right. I have a big experience few days ago. For example, my eldest son going to Cyprus University, and I must send money for this education. And from Russia send money to abroad. It's very difficult. You have a big problem with financial control, with tax department, etc., etc. And this university sent to me, you can pay by Bitcoin. And I pay for my son in Bitcoin. Few minutes, they receive everything without any paper, without any bureaucracy. It's really cool. It's mass adoption, easy for me, of course, and it's cool. I think more and more project will go to this because, for example, in many countries, not only in USA, in China, in Russia, in many countries, some problem with, I don't know, with financial departments, with banks, and the decentralization DeFi project, it's maybe it will be solution. For example, in Russia, we have a big sanction from many countries, and our business can avoid this sanction and working without any political games. It's also good for community, for everyone, because maybe, do you know, maybe Russia not so rich country, but in cryptocurrency, I think we in top 3 countries who use crypto, and for us it's very useful idea, and I think it's future for many countries.
Gentlemen, we have a question from the ladies.
Okay.
To you, with respect to you, very interesting project. Not seen any DeFi project with real products and secured pegged coin. When it is all available, and how can we join? The first question to you, good. And then I will show my screen again.
No, yeah, forget it. So, who was that from?
From Stacy. From Stacy.
Okay. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking, Stacy. Okay, so basically, all the things you see behind me, the crypto stations, we are doing a concept store next quarter. The card next quarter, the master node staking, the reward staking, and the node staking already available. So ping me a message or just add me on LinkedIn and I will register you, because that gives that 400% that people dream about, which is guaranteed as our masternode license. And you can start at any level as well. You can start in a pooled area where the compounded interest is less, but in the masternode one, where a typical masternode ownership is about $3,500, you get coins included in it, 10,000 of our coins at a current market value of 13 cents. So when the value of the coin goes up, the price goes up. When the masternodes finish, the price goes up. Just like how Dash went from $400 to $80,000 today within 3 years. So this is where we see it. Biggest secret in blockchain space is masternode investments. Not many people do that. Second biggest secret is finding the one that gives you the highest return of investment. So most of our competitors are between 5 and 25% for their masternode return on investment, and we're doing 400 because we know how and we know we can, and we've proved it already over the last 8 months. And now we are giving it out as a program to people in a affiliate marketing manner as well. So ping me a message, muru@sapiengroup.com, and by all means, we will send you all the information to join the All-Around Network.
Okay. Any other question? Because just someone else looking for or thinking about what kind of question going to ask us. I show once more time the screen. I know that all of you are kidding me now, but let's see inside.
You're
This
excited
service,
with this, Sergey.
Yes. This service is based on the compound of number one or number two service, which are working on collateral funds on the on the market. And what we are doing, we are just, I don't know how I'd say, still boosting 7 times these, I don't know, these fees, and making profit not from 6 to 7% per year, from around 48%, which has now happened. And I want to show you that this, all of this working not from login, from password. It's working only on your own account, and you have all the chances like now I do. See that, for example, on Etherscan, not on this platform, on Etherscan, you have the same DeFitalks token, you have Tether. Yes, I have sushi here as well. I know, yes, I've somehow been involved in this as well. But
I've lost in sushi as well. Go away.
Yeah. That's why it's our native. It's
given me food poisoning. Eating sushi.
Yes. And
must be the oyster.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you the last word from the today. Maybe something interesting for our audience. Just your turn. I don't know, Nikolai, from your side. We can start from you. Say, I don't know, what's your message to the crowd, to the crowd around? What do they have to see, have to hear, and have to understand in their mind to don't be scammed somehow?
In my opinion, be smart. Try to check a product. Try to check team of this product, and because I have a big experience as investor, as entrepreneur, more than 20 years. I have different types of businesses. I have big logistic company. I have a medical company. I have many restaurants. I have IT company, etc., etc. Now I have Zelvin, it's marketplace of goods, and I understand all project must have a clear business model. The problem in many projects, when I ask, because I'm working as mentor also in many projects, and people send to me a lot of messages. Nikolai, can you help to us? And I ask only one question. Can you send to me your financial plan, for example, for 2-3 years? Can you send to me your business? And 95, maybe 98% of this project or people can send to me anything. Only have strategy for 1 week, for 1 month to make a pump. After this dump, receive some liquidity and nothing more. It's the main problem in blockchain, because many people don't have enough experience in real sector of economic and don't understand how to receive money every day, many years, and I don't know if you see mass adoption. If you have if you see a good product, you can invest. But if you don't see this, it's maybe risk for you. But you can spend your money. It's your money. But don't spend all of your money, please. Try to make it different in different spheres, in different business. I don't know. And also, as I told you before, in our project we have a very strong referral program. You can absolutely free join for us. Maybe you have a good project, maybe you merchant, maybe you, I don't know, buyers, maybe you have a good games, maybe good project. We can cooperate with you, and I invite all of you to our ecosystem, because we try to, we are flexible, and we try to make connection as many as possible to many projects. And I invite all of you. And Sergey, thank you for your invitation today.
Thank you. Thank you. Mir Patel, I don't know how it's happened, but all the questions come to your side. And the question from the Rohan Bard, one question for the Sapian group. Is blockchain all about making money?
No.
Okay, and the second part, or really bringing a difference in all non-financial use cases, like improving the supply chain, voting,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I covered a little bit about our flash care and even our gold. We want to track our gold through the blockchain, so it's come through ethical grounds and people see where it's come from and where it ends up, right the way through to our Flash Care Foundation, where we show them that 100% of your money actually goes to the cause in the foundation, and it is spent in the things that you wanted it, without the other scams of foundations where 40 to 60% of the money goes in people's operational pockets. Okay. Let's do a summary close, like what you asked. So totally agree with Nikolai. As I said, you know, my experience from 1990s and the dot-coms, how I used to be an angel investor, venture capitalist. I've done 2 investment funds myself. And when I saw the ICOs as well, I couldn't see, look, feel, touch. And I said, this is a way. So to add on to what Nikolai was saying as well, by the way, Nikolai, I didn't know you were going to be here. I should have chatted with you 2 days ago instead of chatting about business. See you 2 days' time.
We will see. We can work together.
We'll continue again.
Yeah.
So my advice to people is treat DeFi just now like going to a casino, really. It's money you can afford to lose because the casino always wins. So don't stake all your money into DeFi. That's my personal advice. Unless you can afford to lose it, don't go into the market. If you do go in and it comes through a recommendation of a friend, find out if the friend is qualified to give you recommendations. I don't want to name people, but I've had recommendations where these people have never invested in their lives. They've done the same thing. They heard, oh, this is a good project. It's hot. It's like how, Sergey, you showed us that picture. People get excited. They have double orgasms and they start and they start going around and telling everyone, right?
Okay.
So,
and the question now to the Roberto. I want to finish this up with a question. Roberto, from the question from Ashton Wolf. What is the biggest argument between DeFi and CeFi? And who will run dominant? It's about 2 years time or 2 years perspective.
I'm not qualified to give an answer on this precise topic because I am a technician and I can tell you if a consensus algorithm is stable, is solid or not. This is why all this, I want to say a ditto for what Mru said. This is exactly what I say to people when they ask me suggestion of where to put money in this blockchain. I am not a financial advisor. I have no title to give suggestion. Only put money you want to lose. Is exactly like going to the casino. It is exactly what Mru said. Word by word is exactly what I say to people. The technology underneath this is what is going to bring us to the centralized information era in 5-10 years time, where a website that you publish on the web is under your control. It cannot be blocked or removed by any third party, but people can only choose not to look at it, where banking sanction cannot be given to Russia because the SWIFT is now a centralized company, but is a decentralized mechanics, where the email system is gonna be more private server where people can read the email. So the advancement in technology is important. Technology is moving and creates the opportunity for all these incredible, strange things like DeFi, PeFi, Hi-Fi, and Lo-Fi, things that we are seeing around.
Okay, good. Yes, Kirill Mishanin, please give us some kind of advice or any ask on this question and an answer. I'm sorry. What is the biggest argument between DeFi and CeFi, and who will reign dominant? Do you have an idea? As if a driver, you are driving information.
Yes, sure, Sergey. Thank you for your question. I could say about DeFi. I don't know anything about CeFi.
I know, yes.
For me, it sounds like Sky-Fi.
Well done, Kirill.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, something else.
It's like another phi, another IEO, CEO, STO, PPO, whatever it is. It's another fucking O.
Or the decentralized finance, so the classic standard finance.
Yeah, another
finance against standard classic centralized finance. I think that's what they meant. But there are
another phi.
For me personally, if you have budget and you want to lose it in one time or win something, it's pretty simple. You could just give your budget to qualified professionals who have background, who put their own money into investment. It could be VC fund, it could be family office, it could be like via exchange, who put our money in DeFi and we track it, analytics, we do due diligence of the project, and if something happened wrong, we try to convince, and we technically know how it works because we are also programmers. So, and it's everything on your side. So you have money in the pocket, you could lose it immediately. Or you could win, like the guy who buy pizza for 1 Bitcoin right now, he could be like billionaire. Like ASIC providers, he run an empire just on Bitcoin. So it's up to you guys. The best recommendation, do not recommend. everything you should decide by yourself, guys. Thank you.
You know, guys, I have the answer, my unique answer to the difference between DeFi and CeFi. If you wanna, I don't know, make much more larger the pocket of Vitalik Buterin, use DeFi. Is based on the Ethereum platform, and everything goes on that side. If you want to, for example, give money from some centralized platform, for example, Binance or something, another exchange, which are launching this unique process on their own platform, you can do it on the CeFi. I think I see that all these difference around this. But I'm sure that in the near future, we'll see very good and interesting blockchain projects which are in competition with the Ethereum, because Ethereum, on the highest level of it's burning out. It's really on the burn because everyone use then shit of the coins. I don't know. Ethereum is really can't has any other chances because all the projects go inside. Yes, it's very good looking platform. It works on the smart contracts. It works too reasonable and too not too slow. It's a real way, but it's not mass market. Really, it's not rely on mass market, and we all of us looking for fast money, looking for enriching in the moment, and looking for making that people all engage from all over the world. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. I'm really grateful to all of you. Nice to meet you here next time as well. I want to say thank you and say goodbye. See you again. See you again on this DeFi euphoria.
See you.
See
Goodbye.
you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
See you all. Bye.